under attack in two ways: an affordability crisis on the inside. We're the most expensive city in the United States of America. 1 in 4 New Yorkers are living in poverty. The rest are living in a permanent state of anxiety.
What's going on, you guys? Today we have Andrew Schulz getting roasted by Sam Seder and Emma Vigeland. Andrew Schulz was talking about Zohran Mamdani, and Sam Seder's just had enough of it. Let's watch.
Of course, it's just absurd.
Good news to any DSA member.
Yes,
would love it.
Exactly. The DSA has taken over the Democratic Party, but of course, it's just because they're all wackos.
Yeah, the Democratic Party does not like him because he represents a part of the party that the Democratic establishment does not like, which is the Democratic Socialists, which is where the fucking party is. They just won't acknowledge it. Like, the Democratic Party is the Democratic Socialist Party. Whether you like it or not, that's what the base wants. That's what the people are into. And the old establishment is not what they're into.
Honestly, that's what America wants.
Pause it. I mean, well,
Charlemagne's correct.
Charlemagne the God is correct. The policies that Mamdani is promoting are all universally popular. I mean, Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, these are all popular. The idea of student loans forgiveness, popular. The idea of paid sick leave and universal daycare, all popular. These are all very popular things. And frankly, we're not for Joe Biden's legislative bumblery and Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin, both of whom are no longer Democrats. Build Back Better would have had all this stuff. I mean, the idea of like a Mamdani, even like talking about universal childcare would be completely moot. It would have been completely moot because it would have been a federal program.
Also, would Schulz have been making this argument prior to the Mamdani victory, or as Kyle was saying with us on Friday, just like riding the vibes, and because he won, now it's my whole analysis has changed, as if like there weren't DSA endorsed electeds on the federal level already that he doesn't seem to care about. But
Charlemagne has a right. I mean, it's just basic what the American public wants.
And I'm going to keep on going in just a second. I just wanted to pause the video. I wanted to say one thing. Like I said, I'm going to keep on going later on and giving my own take. But for now, I believe that Zohran could possibly be even more. I think that he could dial in his message even more against the billionaires. I really want him to full on call them out, to say, I am against you. Right. I know, look, people might be, why are you saying this? That's asking for a lot. We have to. We're going for higher minimum wages here. If you don't think that is, we're not going to be able to get people on that side that are running these businesses that feel like they're going to drown if they don't get every single penny, if they don't, cut the prices and make these workplaces more miserable, cut down the workforce. You see it. We see it with our own eyes that they're going to snatch every single penny for them only. So from my understanding, we have to be against them. That message has to be very clear if he really means what he says, if the working class people can trust him. Can they trust him? If he was really saying that, they would be able to trust him, point blank.
That's what the people are into, and the old establishment is not what they're into.
Honestly, that's what America wants. And you know why I'm going to tell you the language that he was using, and we had this conversation on Breakfast Club, because I'm like, yo, Democrats, y'all can come up with names for everything, right? Yeah. Pregnant people, all that, like, right? Yeah. But you can't come up with a better term for socialism. So when he uses the term affordability, and he just talks about how things aren't affordable, that resonates with everybody.
Mm-hmm. Our campaign is one that sees this city under attack in two ways: an affordability crisis on the inside. We're the most expensive city in the United States of America. 1 in 4 New Yorkers are living in poverty. The rest are living in a permanent state of anxiety about whether they can keep affording this city. And then we're under attack from the outside, from a Trump administration that is hell-bent on going after not only New Yorkers, but frankly, Democratic cities across the country, like we're seeing in Los Angeles right now.
That's what people want to hear.
The message
New York's too fucking expensive.
The message is resonating. Here's the thing, and this is the thing. Poor people did not vote for him, okay? Poor, uneducated people did not vote for him because poor, uneducated people, unfortunately, do not have the same entitlement to their dreams than
What?
middle class and rich
He hasn't
people
talked
do.
to a poor and
If you're like
uneducated
middle class,
person
upper middle
maybe
class,
ever.
Can you? This is not true.
This is a fascinating theory that you could easily convince yourself of as long as you completely insulate yourself from any data that would in any way inform this position.
Yeah.
I think it is the case that there's a lot of uneducated people, and there's also a lot of people who live in poverty who feel like there's no opportunities for me, that I have given up on the system because I just don't think it's going to work.
Exactly.
But the idea that they don't have aspiration for something more is absurd. Also, I don't know where he got this theory. Let's pop up this New York City primary vote share for a moment.
Well, it is being repeated over and over again, unfact check in major outlets like CNN, which is a
And let's just be frank here. We know why people aren't voting for Zohran Mamdani, and they're going to vote for Cuomo. It's the same thing. They have a Minneapolis mayor. Someone's running for mayor right now, and you have these blue-collar, low-income white families saying, I don't want to vote for someone who's not born in this country, this and that, and he was born in the country. Talking about the Minneapolis mayor, I believe Mamdani was not born in this country, but the point still subsides. It's saying, oh, like, he's not white, he's not this, I don't really want to vote for it. And they don't do any more research, right? They don't look into what this person is actually doing. Again, it's going to be, I have an inherent belief that I am better than anyone who is not my skin color. So why would I vote for this guy? He's not going to be as good. He's taking over. They're doing it, and they're going to come up with every single reason whenever everyone knows deep down, and everyone knows deep down that if they looked into someone past their skin color and looked for 1 second to see what he was saying, they could understand exactly that he's looking out for them. Right. So it's very, very difficult for people to get past that, especially the low income, like what I'm saying, the blue collar. That's the only thing they have to hold on to. They're poor, right? They're poor just like everyone else. So the only thing they have to hold on to is their freaking skin color. But let's keep on going.
complete lie about the actual reality of Zohran's support.
Which, like, you get to between $0 income and $50,000 income. Frankly, a lot of those people don't vote. They're disenfranchised. It's made very difficult for that. So I would be curious to know even the raw totals. But once you get to up closer to even under like low $35,000, Mamdani is neck and neck with a Cuomo, the political dynasty.
Yeah.
And that's just a primary campaign. So, like, I would say give it a little bit of time for people to believe in it, because a lot of people wouldn't. And then immediately, once you get into the most working folks in New York, I mean, again, like, it'd be nice to see numbers
wait a
with
second.
this.
Let's also just remember who votes in a Democratic primary.
Yes.
It is. It tends to be though. Once those two graphs come together in that first at 25,000, just a reminder, not a holiday.
Exactly.
And
Right.
there are, people who are working at that low end of the income spectrum are not going to be taking a day off. They can't travel around. If there are long lines at the polls, they're not going to be voting. It's possible they could vote or early vote. But also, let's be clear, low-income people are going to be one cohort of people who are not going to be voting in a Democratic primary in New York City, simply because they're not in the circles where they're getting that kind of attention.
Yep.
And to the extent that Cuomo did better, it was because he has name recognition.
Exactly.
And I would
People have
also
known
say,
that name for multiple generations in this state.
And if you're making where Cuomo was really trouncing him in that graph, like under 35K, under 40K in New York City. I mean, look, you're making very little money. There's a chance
Under
you're also
15,000 is actually where he's trouncing him. That's it.
well, there's a chance also in that area.
The American people just have trust issues. I think that we've been told so many freaking times that, look, we care about you, things are going to be able to be made more affordable, this and that. But at the very end of the day, where are we at? Where are we at right now? Have things gotten more affordable whatsoever? I don't believe that. I don't believe anyone else to believe that until someone can actually stand up for the working class people and tell them, I am for you. I am not for these guys whatsoever. And I mean that. I'm not going to take any money from them. I'm going to be getting the same type of pay as everyone else, and really mean it. We're not doing this for, glory. We're not doing this for a paycheck. You're doing this for the people. This is how it is. This is this is a servant job, a service job. I am here to serve the people. I think if you really get that across, you will, and really mean it, you will get a lot more resonation with it's natural. You have to embody that.
Area of income, you could be like working part-time or semi-retired, and that could also align with people that are older.
Or wealthier,
Or wealthier, right? Because like it's not necessarily, that data isn't necessarily like the catch-all, but.
Let's continue though.
Poor uneducated people did not vote for him because poor uneducated people, unfortunately, do not have the same entitlement to their dreams than middle class and rich people do. If you're like middle class, upper middle class, and rich, you're like, I deserve to be super rich and have everything work out, and like I'm entitled to that. Poor people a lot of times come from generations of poverty and they don't see that upper mobility. It's sad, it's tragic.
But wouldn't affordability resonate with those poor people though? Like when they hear when they hear somebody simply say, hey, shit is too expensive.
Yeah, but they didn't vote for him. So to me, the message that's really connecting are these people who feel entitled to a better life because they did everything that they were supposed to do, i.e. go to college. They got a meaningless degree.
Can you stop and pause it for a sec? Like, this is just like, he's shooting from the hip and he has no idea what he's talking about. But in fact, the construction that he's applying is the one that is dividing the working class along the working class and the middle class lines, which is not the case, especially
anyone who wants to look at someone who has been a part of this, the socialist movement that actually means what they say, very much so. I would look up Kshama Sawant. She's done an interview or two with Chris Hedges. I would very, very much recommend watching something from her to get the feel of someone that is actually on your side. You can feel you can really feel that we are in this together whenever you watch someone who really means it. If someone is still wanting to placate to billionaires, I think you can also, you get that feeling in your gut that's saying, hey, look, something might not go right with this. Something is a little bit dangerous, because you really, I'm telling you, you can tell. Do not go against yourself. And I really recommend someone, if anyone's watching this, to go look up a Kshama Sawant with Chris Hedges. This is not like endorsing, but I'm not getting anything off of this. I'm just wanting to let the people know so that they can see someone that actually means what they say. I love that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's another day in the progressive way.